and Grind Morning Show. Heard on Big Hits, Big Mama Radio. Criminal masterminds, serial killers, kidnappers, unsolved mysteries. Only one show gives it to you. True Crime Tuesday on Big Mama Radio.
Welcome to True Crime Tuesday here, live from the Big Ass Bus and Garamone Plastic Surgery. By the way, the headline is actually a little wrong. Yahoo is using AI to generate, authorities announced on an arrest Monday in the brutal murder of an exotic dancer whose body was discovered in a burning car on an Arizona interstate more than a year ago. Sincere Hayes, 22, was taken into custody November 11th in Tennessee in connection with the killing of Mercedes Vega, 22. The sheriff's office, local prosecutors are working to extradite Hayes to Arizona. The statement said, adding that the case remains active and under investigation and no other information would be released. It isn't clear what Hayes has been charged with, where he is being held, or whether he has a lawyer to speak on his behalf. Vega's mother, Erica Pillsbury, said that for 19 months she felt her daughter would never see justice. Now I know the person who did this to her is going to pay for it, Pillsbury said by phone on Monday. Mercedes Vega's body was discovered in the back seat of a Chevy Malibu early April 17th on the shoulder of Interstate 10 near roughly 52 miles west of Phoenix. Vega, who performed at a Phoenix strip club and had plans to become a personal trainer, had been beaten, shot, and burned. Her face appeared to have been doused and bleached.
Oh my God.
Not a good time.
Hours earlier, a security camera in Vega's apartment complex shows her walking into the garage where she has parked her Dodge Charger. She wasn't heard from again on April 18th. The Charger was found in the middle of the road, roughly a mile from Vega's apartment, the sheriff said. It isn't clear how the vehicle got there. Vega's family said that they have found blood on the garage floor where she parked, prompting them to believe that she had been assaulted and abducted. According to the incident report, the Malibu that Vega's body was found in had a salvage title and had previously been registered to a person who couldn't be reached for comment. A spokesperson for the car's most recent owner, State Farm's Insurance, has declined to comment, citing customer privacy policy is sensitive surrounding this tragedy. The 911 caller reported the car fire saw someone walking around the Malibu, according to the report, which didn't provide additional details about that person. As far as the story goes.
That's awful. Good morning, Dylan. He's on it.
Good morning, Dylan. Great to see you. Rapper NBA Youngboy pleads guilty to Utah prescription drug fraud ring. The Louisiana native is required to pay $25,000 fine as a part of his plea deal. NBA Youngboy has pleaded guilty to his involvement in prescription drug fraud ring based out of Utah. Born Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, the 25-year-old rapper who is still serving 27 months on federal charges, had his case dismissed by Utah's first district judge, Spencer Wash, on Monday, November 18th. Appearing in a Logan City courtroom, Gaulden pleaded guilty to 2 counts of third-degree felony and identity fraud, 2 counts of third-degree felony forgery, and 6 counts of misdemeanor unlawful pharmacy conduct. He entered a no-contest plea for the remaining of charges. According to the KSL, Judge Walsh told the Baton Rouge, Louisiana native he would not face additional jail time or probation and would be required to pay a $25,000 fine as a part of his plea deal. Walsh reportedly wished that the House arrest Tings rapper good luck and said it seemed like a very talented young man. Gaulden's attorney, John Williams, spoke to the federal prosecutors ahead of the plea deal and said in addition to the 27 months his client is already serving, NBA Youngboy will also have 60 months or 5 years of probation following his federal prison release. This is somewhat of a unique case where he has been made multiple jurisdictions involved, both in the federal and state systems. Keller also provided insight on how authorities learned of Gaulden's prescription drug fraud ring, saying 5 individuals were detained by police officers after using Gaulden's vehicle to pick up fraudulent prescriptions. Authorities also learned that someone pretending to be Gwildon White called a local pharmacy about a prescription but could not give an accurate birth year. KSL added that the person's voice was recognized by multiple pharmacists matching different first names. In addition to the 5 individuals being in his car, authorities also said that there was a prescription under Gaulden's name with an incorrect birth date, as well as the prescription bottles in his possession that turned out to be fraudulent. Gaulden initially faced 46 state charges, but most were dismissed as a part of the plea bargain. Per ABC News, the Louisiana rapper's move to Utah has done to keep the young boy out of trouble after he was allegedly involved in a 2019 Miami shooting. I've seen so many times where you see young men and women who have a lot of talent and potential. They can be robbed of a potential where they start really to struggle with their addictions, Walsh told Gaulden. I don't want that for you. I'm sure that your future, once you're done with your federal prison time, can be really successful, or federal probation, and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck, Mr. Gaulden, he added. Gaulden's attorney did not immediately respond to the news request for comment. Rapper slinging his pills. Got a pill addiction.
Yep.
Iowa mom appeared on the People's Court, then vanished.
What?
Inside the case, Michelle Parker Florida mom appeared on People's Court, then vanished inside the case. Michelle Parker missing for over 13 years. Michelle Parker was last seen on November 7, 2011, dropping off her then 3-year-old twins at the Orlando condo of her former fiance, Dale Smith. Michelle Parker, then 33, vanished on November 17, 2011, after appearing on an episode of the People's Court with her ex-fiance. 13 years later, there's still no sign of the Florida mother or the Florida mother of 3, and no charges have yet to been filed. 13 years ago, she was alive and well, Parker's stepmother, Gail Parker, told the news. She had hopes, dreams, and plans. In one flash of a moment, she was gone, and it's unbelievable how that kind of thing can happen, she said. I do what I can to find her, and I will follow through with that. Parker said was last seen dropping off her then 3-year-old twins at the Orlando condo of her ex-fiance, Dale Smith. The drop-off was just hours after the former couple appeared on the recorded episode of the People's Court, where they fought over the loss of an engagement ring. After the drop-off, Parker planned to run some errands in her Hummer before heading to her job as a bartender, but she never arrived. Her Hummer was found the next day abandoned in a parking lot, and then 3 weeks later, divers found her iPhone in a nearby lake. Shortly after Parker's disappearance, police turned their attention to Smith, saying he was the only suspect in the case, but no arrests have been made. As of 2023, he was still considered a suspect. In 2013, the Orlando Police Department released a red light camera video showing what believed to be Parker's Hummer at 8:55 p.m., less than a mile from where her vehicle was found on the same day that she disappeared. This is an important part of the timeline that we had, and an Orlando Police Department investigator said in a press conference. The investigator, Michael Morchesi, said that he believed Parker's disappearance was a two-person crime. In an episode of Real Life Nightmare on Headline News that aired on 2019, Smith's former attorney, Mark Najim, denied that Smith had anything to do with the Parker's disappearance. Najim acknowledged that it was odd that Parker vanished on the same day as the People's Court aired. Those are the serendipitous things that happen in life, he said. So if you are wholly appropriate, the law enforcement should have did fully complete investigating him at the top and bottom, but they came up with nothing. In August of 2023, police searched the Orange County backyard of Smith's father, but found nothing. I would like to please let her be, said she told NBC News at the time. They found other people under the concrete before, and the reason to believe there was an unturned stone. Anyone with information to Parker's disappearance is encouraged to call the Orlando Police Department. There you go.
That is, yeah. What a coinkydink.
Ryan.
That somebody she took to court.
Your last
right
story
after.
inside True Crime Tuesday. Grieving pet owner Kevin Dismuke said, I don't care if you give me $10 or if you give me $10 million. You can't replace my dogs. A Tennessee man is grieving the death of his 7 dogs who were shot and killed by a sheriff deputy while the owner and his wife were out to dinner. On Monday, November 4th, Kevin Dismuke and his wife left their home in McNairy County to go to dinner. When his wife returned to their home on Finger Leapwood Road, she called him with a shocking news. She said, Poe is dead, he said, referring to one of their pet dogs. According to the News 3, Dismuke said he returned home to find all of his dogs dead except one. They were told the property was abandoned and the dogs were malnourished. Dismuke added News 3 reports, I got the veterinary paperwork in my truck from 3 weeks ago. They all had a clean bill of health on them. Dismuke said that the neighbor told him a deputy came to his house while he was gone and shot the dogs. Dismuke and his family are heartbroken over the deaths of their beloved dogs. I don't care if you give me the money. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, which launched an investigation November 7th, the incident began when the McNairy County Sheriff's Department received an animal welfare concern to call on November 4th. The incident unfolded when Deputy Connor Bracken, 24, was sent to the home to check on the condition of the dogs living on the property. For the reason under investigation, he fired his duty weapon, shooting and killing 7 dogs on the property.
7?
What would justify that?
What?
According to the affidavit of complaint obtained by the news, some dogs were in campers, and Bracken allegedly loaded his service rifle pistol and began firing into the campers at dogs. Bracken fired 8 times while standing outside of the campers, multiple times standing inside the camper prior to clearing the camper for occupancy. Bracken allegedly killed 7 dogs in total. The incident was captured in his body camera. On Tuesday, November 12th, TBI agents obtained warrants for Bracken, charging him with 7 counts of aggravated animal cruelty and 8 counts of reckless endangerment. Bracken turned himself in and was booked into the county jail and later released while he awaits his next court date. He resigned from both his job after the arrest. A sheriff's office employee confirmed to the news he had only worked at the sheriff's office for a little less than a month when he quit. It's unclear whether he retained an attorney to speak on his behalf.
Put his picture up so we know what kind of a jerk he is. Look at that. Captain America shirt. Get out of here. He shot 7 dogs. He deserves the death penalty.
Right.
Just saying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know it, but we are about 10 days away from the holiday everybody loves.
He got a rifle to do that. He didn't even just pull his pistol out. He went and got a rifle and did that.
223 caliber, AR-15.
What the freak? No way.
Is this the video camera? Is this his dash cam?
Is that his dash cam? Oh, God, I can't. No, that's something else. That's a dog being rescued. Tweaker for sure. He was looking for some rocks. That's what Dylan says.
If you want to go, all right, Thanksgiving. What are your top 5 must-have Thanksgiving foods?
Top 5, you have to have good rolls. You have to have those Hawaiian rolls.
Not on the list.
Cranberry
What?
sauce.
Not on the list.
Mashed
Turkey.
potato.
Number 3. Number 3.
Stuffing.
Number 2.
Obviously a turkey.
Number 1.
And you gotta have...
Gravy.
Oh, corn.
Number 4.
Corn. You gotta have corn.
Not on the list.
Oh.
You guys are only missing one. A staple of Thanksgiving dinner.
Pumpkin pie.
Boom, number 5 on the list.
That's dessert.
Part
That's
of the
not
meal,
dinner.
part of the
No,
meal.
that comes after everybody's
Part
bloated.
of the meal.
Nothing green made the list, i.e. nobody wants the
No.
green bean casserole.
No, we're good.
No.
While you were off the bus during this or that, we talked about how bad anything with the word casserole is. And I challenge anybody watching or listening right now on one of our streams to find a casserole that is any good.
You're gonna have a tuna casserole.
Ugh.
Just sounds bad.
That might be worse than a green bean casserole.
That just sounds bad.
I just want to say that turkey sucks. I can't wait for ham. I say it every year.
I know.
I just want you to know, turkey is the worst thing ever made. It's horrendous.
One day somebody's gonna slip you some good turkey, and then
Nope.
you're gonna be like, yeah,
Nope.
I love
Nope.
turkey.
Nope. Nope. By the way, AAA expects a record number of Americans to travel for Thanksgiving. They're predicting the worst traffic days to be next Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Sunday and Monday, the following Thanksgiving. Great. I fly out on Tuesday, come back on Monday.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why does November go by so fast? Like, I feel like we just turned from October to November.
Because everybody wants
and it's
Christmas.
done.
Because everybody wants Christmas.
November doesn't even exist.
Right. Everybody wants
It's
to
like
get.
one day.
I just want to get through the holidays.
Yeah.
Give me January 1st. Let's start stacking money again.
That'd be nice.
Right. Because all the money goes out during the holidays. Between Thanksgiving dinners, your travel, your Christmas, and everything, it just all goes out.
Even if you don't want to spend a lot. Even if you're like, please don't get me anything. Because I try to tell that to my family and stuff. I'm like, I don't want anything. Don't get me anything. Because I'm trying to get out of having to buy anything for anybody either. I'm seriously, I don't want to. I hate shopping during the holidays. It makes me nuts.
I love it.
And it makes me feel like there's pressure.
I like to buy the
Find a good
weird
question.
shit that nobody else will buy themselves.
That's the thing, though. It's like everything's the same. It's always the same stuff everywhere I go.
Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy to restructure their debt. They say it won't affect holiday flights, but experts say it could eventually mean fewer routes and less competition, which could cause ticket prices on airlines to rise. I don't fly Spirit, so I don't know.
No. It's like a
I
lawn
do fly
chair.
discount airlines. It's not that I don't believe in discount airlines.
It's a lawn chair in the sky.
Right.
Pretty much, like, for real. Legit.
They all are. Allegiant, Frontier, and that one. What is it? What was the one?
Spirit.
Spirit. They're all the same.
Is that the one that you got
That's the one
kicked
that
on?
kicked me, yeah.
Yeah.
He kicked me and spilled coffee on me while I was getting in my seat.
She got mad at him.
She kicked you?
Yeah.
A flight attendant?
Yeah.
On Spirit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
We
she
had-
wanted to
we
put a
had
car
seats
seat.
Right, we had seats right next to each other. And she
And-
tells me, get out of my seat and go sit between these car seats. And I'm like, these are not my kids. I don't want to sit there.
Yeah, she wanted to
then
move the
she-
mom next to me
She
and then
kicked
him
me
in
in-
between
she
the
kicked
two
me
car
in the shin and
seats.
spilled coffee on me and made me sit there anyway.
We almost got
Made
on
you
the
sit
flight.
between two car seats of kids that weren't yours out of a seat that wasn't yours?
Yeah.
Take me off this flight, dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee I'm getting my money back and another ticket.
Yep.
Take me off this flight, dog.
We were going to Colorado.
Take me off this flight,
coming.
dog.
We're coming home from Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming home.
Worse.
Take me off this flight. Take me off this flight right now. I would like off this flight because me and this flight attendant, we gonna fight before we get on the ground.
Oh, it was bad.
Kick me in the shin, make me sit between somebody's kids that ain't mine. I ain't sit. Why was she heavy?
Yeah.
She was big.
Yeah.
Take her big ass and stop trying to bring two car seats. I ain't sit between your damn kids. Ain't never gonna happen.
The mom
It
didn't
ain't
fit
never
between
gonna
both.
happen. Go find somebody else. I ain't sitting between somebody's kids. No,
It was a great time.
man, you were nice. You bit the bullet there. I'd have told him to kiss my ass.
Dylan says you should have faked like you were super excited to sit there and make it extra creepy. Like, yay, children.
Ooh, I can sit next to those children.
Children. Where's
Both
the
of
mom?
them?
Far away?
Will the mom take a
I
nap?
had,
Yeah.
I had my laptop. I played inappropriate movies. So
Will
everybody
mom be sleeping?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Just checking. Then be like, sir.
What are their names?
Yeah.
How old are they?
I might have peppermint in
I
my
like
pocket.
Dylan. Dylan's right.
These look just like the ones I lost.
These are my babies now.
Right.
I found them.
These aren't your kids.
Oh, yeah. That was a
If
very
they were,
interesting
you'd have
flight.
got a seat with them.
Dylan's got the best ideas.
Bro, I would have
That
just.
was
And then you
good.
had to sit next to this lady?
Yeah.
No, she was
Oh,
in the other lane.
no, I moved.
It was me, a car seat, and this lady, and then across the aisle, her other car seat.
Uh,
I wasn't around the
Yeah.
children. I was on the other side, so I waved at him from the non-children area.
At least I was in the aisle, but still, yeah.
well, you made it seem like you was in between two car seats.
You
I
were.
was,
Like you
I
in the
was.
center row with two
So-
car seats on the
so
other
I'm
end.
here, and there's a car seat.
Eh.
and then okay, but now you got two car seats. Do you think the mother's got to come over you the entire flight and deal with the one on the other side of the aisle?
That was just dumb the way they did that.
Why didn't you go on the other side of the car seat next to the window?
Because I was kicked, and I was thrown coffee on and told to sit my ass down in that seat.
He wanted to get home. He was done with Colorado.
Yeah, I was over Colorado.
He's like, I'm done with Colorado.
I'd already pretty much been assaulted over a block of cheese in my carry-on.
Yeah, they almost put him on the no-fly list before he got on the plane.
Over some cheese?
Yeah.
we had some time before the flight, so we went through this little cheese factory tour. And I was like, oh, I'll have some cheese. It's a 6-hour flight. So I'm like, I'll get some cheese and crackers for the trip. So I ordered
It was like a
this-
charcuterie store. It
Yeah,
was
it
cute.
was like this little charcuterie board. Only the lady's like, oh, I hooked you up. And she brings me out this monstrous block of cheese. Well, the only place I got to put is my carry-on. I'm not thinking about it. They think it's plastic explosive at the freaking
Yeah.
metal detector. And they got me on the footprints, and they're going through my bags with drumsticks.
They melted his cheese, putting it through so
Yeah.
many like detectors and stuff.
It definitely radiated that shit.
It got pretty crazy.
He's like, don't eat that.
I was just looking forward to getting home without being tased at that point.
Yeah. It doesn't help.
Oh, that's great.
Flying with Sean is always an adventure. He's always like, it's how funny how people always say like, well, only Hispanic people or whatever get flagged. No, this white guy gets flagged all the time. They think he's like a terrorist or something.
Oh, they ruined my bags, everything. You
They
name it.
ripped his stuff
Check
open.
out the Colorado Buffaloes 49-24 win over Utah. on Saturday was really special. Earlier this year, Deion Sanders promised Buffalo fans Peggy Corcoran he'd get the team a bowl game in her honor. He fulfilled that promise with Colorado's 6th win in late October. Each subsequent victory has only sweetened the deal. Cobhorn, who turned 100 years old on Saturday, was at Saturday's game at Folsom Field and received one more gift for her centennial. The entire crowd singing happy birthday. Here we go. I love it. I'm all for that. What else do I have for you today? I got some more clips for you. MSNBC's Morning Joe host revealed they met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago to restart communications. Here we go. Listen.
That was ridiculous.
Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, and it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. For nearly 80 million Americans, election denialism, public trials, and January 6th were not as important as the issues that moved them to send Donald Trump back to the White House with their vote. Joe and I realize it's time to do something different, and that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump, but also talking with him.
Wow,
they realize that.
Now, at MSNBC trying to figure out a way not to get cut out of everything.
Yeah,
so
they're trying to keep making money.
Right.
Well, you gotta realize that there has to be something that clicks when the majority of the people voted against what you've been trying to convince them of. So you gotta say, well, let's take a step back and maybe let's stop insulting them because they're like a big base, and we want to make money. So let's not discriminate
Look at this
everybody.
headline.
Like that just sounds weird. Like that's just smart. That's smart business.
Kiss in the ring. Howard Stern said they'll
Kiss
be
the
held to
ring.
pay if Netflix customers experience streaming issues again during the NFL Christmas broadcast. Check this out.
You know, you gotta. I don't know how this stuff works, but you got to make sure it works. But you know, people
Well, they
probably
said
pissed.
they're going to fix it because they have 2 football games they're going to be streaming around Christmas or something. I forget exactly when.
Steelers game. Yeah, if you up people's football, there's hell to pay. There is hell to pay. They better not.
Wow, he got a clip for that just because he said there's hell to pay? I agree 100%. I think they bit off more than they could chew. They don't know how to do it, and they should probably call somebody who's done it before. What else do I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen? Words of wisdom from The Rock.
We always say, and I'm guilty of this too, I got to go to work. I got to put the time in. I got to do this thing. I got to do that thing. I got to work out. I got to go train. I got to. As opposed to saying, I get to. I get to go to work. I get to pay that bill. I get to go to the gym. I get to work out. So this idea that you shift from I got to I get to, because what I realized is when I mentally shifted to, everything, all the stuff I got to do is all the stuff that I'm blessed to get to do.
I like it.
I like that too.
I like that a lot. I don't know why I do, but I do. Ryan Reynolds would love to return to do Deadpool 4, but...
And you could do another one.
Oh, now bite your tongue. That's I would love that, but there's a reason it's been 6 years since the last one. It just sort of swallows my life whole, and I have 4 kids that I wouldn't mind introducing myself to at some point, and spending a little time just walking them to and from school. And
right, it's got to be rough when you're out there and you're Ryan Reynolds. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Do moms with kids deserve special treatment?
We all have the same unspoken rule, right? If you're shopping and this spot is open, that's not for you. That's for a mom with their kids that needs to come and unload right next to the cart drop, right?
What?
Right.
Nobody
Don't
did
take
that
the
for
kids
me.
right. Don't take the spot right next to the cart drop.
Okay.
Get there earlier.
Yeah.
You should be first.
Yeah.
If you want special parking spots, you can get there when it opens.
Target opens at 9, you get there at
Pregnant women
8:55.
deserve special parking spots. I will agree.
Yes.
Law enforcement deserves special parking spots. I agree.
Yeah.
Obviously, handicapped individuals obviously
100%.
do. I also like the veteran spots.
Me too.
But hard to prove.
Sean does not like the veteran
Because they're hard to
spots for
prove.
him.
I don't park in.
I don't
He
park
will-
in them either.
He will not.
It doesn't matter that I'm a
It'd
veteran.
be-
I'm not a veteran who needs preferential
It would be
parking.
the worst thing in the world for me to park there and then come out and see a
guy-
crippled veteran wheeling himself up to the store.
But a crippled veteran would
No
also
way.
have
No way.
handicap
He should have
parking.
handicap too, but
So that's the double-edged
That's the way
sword
he
behind
always
that. But I
thinks
feel the
about
same
it.
way.
He always feels
On
like
a
I'm
side
mobile.
note, I
Yeah.
want to say something about pickup spots.
What?
If I'm running in and running out, that pickup spot's for me, dog.
'cause I'm
Oh,
picking
yeah.
it up.
I'm
yeah.
picking up and leaving. I don't care if I'm running in and grabbing a gallon of milk. I'm parking there.
It's funny. I told Betty that just the other day.
I do it all the time.
Right. And you know what's funny is when you want to park there because you're actually picking something up and somebody's in that spot, you get pissed. You're so mad. And you're like, well, I did it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Dylan! Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I mean, and in a way, he's not wrong. I mean, I'm just saying.
Waddle your ass up there.
Don't take the seat. Don't take those spots. They're for the nice people.
Oh my God, Dylan, I can't.
What I
He's on a mission to get Facebook banned.
Yeah, he is.
let Dylan do what he wants. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? We are live on the big ass bus out here at Garamond Plastic Surgery. Hopefully, we'll get Dr. G up on here in the next 4 or 5 days as we're out here live, hanging out with him, and we'll get him in here. We'll talk about his big event they got coming up in December, their annual holiday event. It's massive. They do it every year. You don't want to miss out on it. I'll give you full details on that. Another holiday event you don't want to miss out on is Grinch Fest. Grinch Fest is coming up on December
14.
at Big John's Plaza, and it is basically the place to take your kids. Grab your Christmas PJs from 11 to 2. Go on out there, register for all the amazing giveaways. Your kids will be able to win all these great prizes. All right. Also, they got candy at all the booths for all your kids. They got the Grinch out there in the 360 booth taking taking videos with your kids.
We got a DJ for our party.
You got a DJ for the party. It is a Christmas spirit like no other. And, 14th, I always say this, 10 days before Christmas is when everybody is 100% in Christmas mode.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are not in any other mode besides Christmas. If you're still working and you haven't taken time off, you're counting down the days until you're not working
checking
again.
out.
Like you're already, and in Florida, you've already checked out. It's like a Friday every day lighting up to that. Like
Oh,
you're like
yeah.
leaving at 3. If you got something else to do, you're getting out of
Then you got
Dodge.
the potluck at work.
Right, potluck at work.
you gotta go. You got
Right.
all the.
We are currently
events.
having our staff Christmas party right now. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
That was last night, actually. The whole staff was there last night.
We
So
did have pizza.
right, we did have pizza.
We had
It was
haunted
good
pizza.
Um,
No, that was heavenly pizza. It was actually not bad. We
I
were gonna go
when
eat
I
those,
owned
but
my,
it was closed.
I got a little story about Heavenly Pizza, and that's
Oh.
why I enjoy their pizza so much. They were so nice when I owned my pizza restaurant on Pine Island Road. When I owned Big Mama Duke's,
Yeah.
you as a new pizza restaurant owner, you don't understand the way to order your food in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you might run out of something mid Saturday night, mid Friday night, and it's usually something that matters, like pepperoni
Like everybody wants. Yeah.
or cheese.
Like the whole reason.
like
I
the
came.
so you had always had to lean on somebody. I could call them at any given moment and say, hey, I need a case of pepperoni,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, come get it, and then I would order them a case of pepperoni from my guy
Yeah.
and just have them drop it off at their spot.
Aw.
And they never asked anything for it. They were always doing it. They did it for me. Like I wouldn't say always. Like 3 times in the beginning when I first started it.
Yeah.
I needed somebody, and the owner called me one day. He was like, "Bro, you're gonna run through a lot of stuff. Just call me when you need it." And they were super nice people, and I was totally loving how nice they were. They always saved the day. 3 times saved the day, and I'll never forget it. The pepperoni was the one time that I remember the most. It's like Friday night. We're slammed. We got people rolling in, and we run out of pepperoni. So I called my food guy, and I was like, what do I got to do? He's like, I'm going to hook you up with somebody, and they're going to take care of you, and you just have to take care of them in the bag. So when it was all over, I started sending extra. Like he would give me a case, like 2 bags of cheese. I send him a whole case.
Aw.
And cheese is the most expensive thing you can put on a pizza.
Yeah.
And if your cheese is burned when you get your pizza, don't ever order there again.
Really?
They're using part skim milk cheese. You don't put that on pizza. Just so you know.
Good to
Whole
know.
milk cheese doesn't burn.
Really?
Have you ever noticed?
I have not
I
noticed.
mean, you
Now I
can
got
burn
to.
old. Now, don't get me wrong. You can burn whole milk mozzarella.
Yeah.
But it takes your pizza would be a crisp before the cheese would
The
burn.
pizza would be unedible.
Right before your cheese would burn.
Okay. So you're saying DiGiorno doesn't put real cheese on the pizza?
Fuck no. Matter of fact, most pizza restaurants don't. Like, I will tell you this. Uncle Rico's
Yeah.
uses the most expensive cheese money can buy. And there are substitutes that are just as good. He don't use them. Only the Grande. The Grande cheese is the best cheese you can buy. You ever want to really have some really good cheese? You ever go to GFS?
No.
You can go to GFS and just buy Grande cheese.
Do you have
Like
to,
one bag.
Do you have to be like a member?
Nope.
And you don't have to own a restaurant?
By the way, all the restaurant supply houses in
Yeah.
town, you can go there because you own a business.
Oh.
Like, you can go to Restaurant Depot just because you own a business.
I've always wanted to go in there.
Restaurant Depot's a badass place.
Really?
Just so you know. Badass.
Am I going to get in trouble in there?
You will. You might buy
Probably.
some shit you don't need, but at the same time, you're going to buy some food that's like awesome. That's great. They have great restaurant quality food that is fresh. Like, I love buying crab legs from Restaurant Depot because they're like, if you're going to do a crab boil, go get them there.
Really?
Absolutely. They've always been the best crab legs I've ever
Well,
eaten.
it's right down the street. We should go.
For I wouldn't say right down the street. San Carlos ain't right down the street.
Technically.
But I want to go because I want to get stuff for my slushy machine.
Oh.
But there's a couple. They sell some things there. They sell some mixers that they own that you can buy online, but you can buy it at Restaurant Depot too. And I'm into this thing, by the way. I love when the kids come, like on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays when all the neighborhood kids are in town. I keep a flavor rolling all day,
So they just come and get slushies at your house?
whenever they want. I keep a flavor rolling all day.
This is why you have a house full of children.
I don't mind.
All day
I would
long.
rather have my kids at my house than at their house.
Yeah, you got just the whole neighborhood.
You know, Sarah taught me that. I didn't know that. So as Izzy gets older, so one thing that let's talk about things of high school. Shall we talk about things of high school? Let's take a
Yeah.
little bit of minutes real quick. What's your biggest memory of high school? Not you, Sean. Yours will be depressing.
That's fair.
Tell them about how they kicked you out.
Right.
They kicked you out of high school?
They made him sit in a trailer in the backyard. Of
Who, the
school.
other students? You bullied?
No.
I mean, I understand if you were. Just for the record, here's the deal. He's a prime example of who you don't like. Understand, girls, if you in high school and you ain't talking to the guy who's being bullied, you may be broke after high school. All right, I'm just going to let you know.
No,
Right?
he was a troublemaker. He's changed since then.
A troublemaker.
Yeah.
You said that like you in front of the principal. Yeah, I did it. It was me.
Sorry.
I burned the bitch down.
I had
Sorry.
to sign a no trespassing
He did get a
warrant
no
as an
trespassing
agreement for my
order.
diploma.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For an exchange. They're like, here's a no trespassing
So
order and here's
the
your diploma.
last
Get
week
out.
of my senior year, I had it out for somebody, and I said, "He's getting it."
He's
Once I
getting
know
it.
I've graduated, that dude's
Game
getting
on.
it. He's getting it right to the jaw. I'm gonna knock him dead the f out. Like I was dead ass serious too.
waiting.
Like, and I'm not a fighter at this point. I didn't learn to fight until I joined the military, and then the military taught me how to actually fight, like
Right.
hand to hand combat.
Right.
Like I'll kick somebody's ass now. Don't fuck with me. And so I didn't learn any of that until I got to the military. But I was more of a punch and run type of guy.
Punch and run.
Oh yeah. I'll hit you as hard as I can hit you, and it's gonna hurt. I won't be there when you get back up.
And you're out.
I'm out. I just want to get my one
Okay.
punch. So I'm in school, and I hate this dude because it's girl related. It always is, by the way, in high school. And I'm just fired up, pissed, and I don't want to. I want to get this guy. So we take all our exams, and there's about 5 days left. Now most seniors bail out
Yeah.
because they're done. You won't see them.
Right.
But then they can't go to what's called the end of the year party for seniors. They have a water balloon fight in the parking lot. It's been a thing since I was like 7th grade. So
Yeah.
you wait for this moment where seniors have this party for the last day of the parking lot, right? And it's like a
Yeah.
rite of passage.
Not for us. Because people used to put Nair in those balloons and stuff, and a lot of people end up losing their hair. So the last day of school, you didn't want to go.
So I looked forward to this, and I think
Miami.
my
We're
principal
little
knew it because on 5 days for the end of the year, this guy comes walking up the breezeway. That's what they called where we went to school, and I waited out inside the door. And when he walked through the door, I jacked him in the jaw as hard as I could, but I didn't run. And we fought. Like, we fought. We get dragged down to the principal's office, get down there. He got sent back to class because there was a witness that says I was the aggressor.
You were the aggressor?
Well, I did. I was the aggressor, and I didn't know there was a witness. And so it's like, and at that
Did you
age,
learn anything?
You learn. So he's like, look, you're going to graduate, and you're going to go home now.
Yeah.
Because you're 18, you could face charges.
Yeah.
Oh, you waited till you were 18?
Yeah. But we're going to send you home now because you've already graduated, but you are trespassed and can't come back on school property.
Both of you?
And I was like, well, what about the last day? He goes, you can't be here.
Man.
But congratulations, you did graduate. So I left there with satisfaction that I got mines.
Yes.
But at the same time, I was crushed. Like, I didn't get to be a part of the power. Like, it is a thing that bothers me to this day. Like, I still remember. I'm telling the story right now on this show, and hell, it's been years, decades.
Really?
And I was really distraught about that. Like, I didn't get a chance to have that moment.
Your water balloon
And they
fight?
probably don't do it anymore because of what you just said.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit of a different type of school, and it's probably dangerous at this moment.
Yeah. My school was not nice.
So that's what I say about high school. And high school kids make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Forever, you'll make a dumb decision in
You
high
say, yup. Like, you.
How about a little what? No way before we got about 20 minutes left in this hour.
it.
Swedish minister's bizarre banana phobia makes international news headlines.
What?
No way. Check this story out. Sweden's minister for gender equality and work life allegedly suffers from irrational fear of bananas that prevents her from getting near the popular fruit. Paulina Brandberg first mentioned her banana phobia and in a since deleted 2020 tweet describing it as the world's weirdest phobia. But the issue recently resurfaced and made national news in Sweden after the Express newspaper published a series of leaked emails that revealed the strength of her aversion to the fruit. Brandenburg staff have been going to great measures to ensure that the 41-year-old politician doesn't come in contact with the fruit, messaging people in venues that she was scheduled to visit beforehand to inform them of her phobia, making sure that no rogue bananas make an appearance.
I mean, to be honest, I've been a little freaked out since you told me they were radioactive.
Right.
What?
You can charge your phone with a banana.
Could
The
you imagine?
potassium.
Could you imagine her in health class, like when you've got to put the rubber on the banana? She's just freaking out, just like screaming, running around the room or something.
They didn't do that in my health class.
They didn't?
They used a live model.
No wonder your school was all messed up.
She was my favorite teacher. Every student got their own private model.
They got
Private example.
Yeah.
Come on in here and get the lesson.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I got you.
Drop your drawers.
Let me show you how it works. Show me. That's how it works. Now, what happens when it's done?
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
No, that's not true, by the way. She used a cucumber for ours. And she also had a pill. I'll never forget this.
A
In my
pill?
freshman year in health class, she had a pill that she lit on fire. And it smelled like weed. And she went around the room telling everybody what weed smells like so they know. Years later, looking back, I'm like, she was such a snitch. She wanted all these kids to go home, smell their parents smoking weed, and come back and tell her that her parents smoke weed. And I've never seen any pill like that before, but I'll never forget her walking around the room. Either that or she was a pothead and she used it to cover up that day. She's like, today we're going to learn what weed smells like. I want you to smell this pill. It's a good one. But it's true. That's how we learned. Like,
Really?
my junior high was a little bit different than most. Because,
It sounds like it.
well, they don't do junior highs anymore. And I think it's a vital part of life. And I think it's something that every school should do. And I would love for them to change it here in Lee County.
I had the best time in junior high.
Was it 7th, 8th, and 9th?
Yep.
Right.
The best time. That
Best
was like,
time.
That was like the year that I freaking ran that school.
I think up in Michigan.
Your freshman
6th,
year.
7th, and 8th.
Because you work for that.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. 6th grade is too little for middle school.
Yeah.
All right? And the reason I say that is they're too impressionable.
They're little, yeah.
And it makes 7th and 8th a little harder for middle school. And every parent out there that sent a kid to middle school, especially in this Southwest Florida area, will say it was the hardest time of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's hardest time is my current daughter. Like, my daughter's night and day better not being in high school. It's like a different kid.
Yeah.
She was depressed through middle school. Now she's like, Dad, she smiled when she sang happy birthday. She didn't do that for 3 years.
I love my life.
If you go back, and this is my best example of Izzy. So we should post the videos of the different birthdays. If you go back to like her elementary, and I'm talking like 4th, 5th grade, okay, 3rd, 4th grade, we took her to the Sweet Factory. Is it Sweet Factory? Is that what it's called?
Oh, the one with the duck? Where you get all the big fancy
desserts. It's the ones in Miami, ones in Orlando. Yeah.
Sugar
Factory. Sugar Factory. So we take her to the Sugar Factory in Miami, and her girlfriend, and she's smiling from ear to ear. And I remember for the past couple of birthdays, she smiles, but it's not exciting for her.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the video that I don't know if we even posted it because we both saved the video and then didn't post it on her birthday. That's funny. Her birthday was past Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she was smiling all the way through it. Like she's just cheered cheek to cheek. Middle school's rough.
Yeah.
I really do. I really wish we could figure that out because it wasn't rough for me.
Right.
It wasn't.
That's
Junior
how I
high
felt.
was very exciting for me.
I thought it was like, oh my gosh, I get to like go to my own classes. I get to pick what kind of schedule I want. Like I felt very independent from like elementary school to middle school, and then when I got to high school, I was kind of like prepped for it. I was
right.
I was cool.
And that doesn't happen anymore. You just get there, but they give you ultimate freedom now, though. That's the different world. I always tell the story that if my parents would have pulled me out the way Mallory, my ex, and me and Sarah pull Izzy out whenever we got something we want to do. We're going out of town, you ain't going to school Friday.
See, I never got that.
I didn't get that either.
Now,
if you'd have done that, you'd have done that in my school, they sent a truancy officer to your house.
Yeah.
Like, they come knock on your door, hey, where's little Johnny?
Yep. Bring him out.
You didn't call him in. You didn't call him in, and he's not at school. Where's little Johnny? And now I don't think they have those truancy officers anywhere in the world
I don't
anymore.
think they care anymore because I think people are starting to realize like you gotta like if you have the opportunity.
Well, now they got to be careful.
Well.
In Florida, they got to be careful. If the parent decides they don't want you to go to your school and they pull the kid out of the school system's losing 85 hundo.
Yeah.
Right off jump. Every kid's $1 now.
Oh, yeah.
Every kid matters. Every kid is 10 grand to the school system.
Every
kid matters.
I just approved this quarter's thing for the private school.
Yeah.
And it was over $10,000.
Right.
So I'm like, that was private school. That went from public school to private school money.
Right.
Because they sucked.
Exactly.
You know?
Every year you
That
got
was
to. Every year you get $8,500 or up to $8,500 or something like that. A portion of $8,500 or
whatever it is.
Whatever it is that follows your kid, not the school. And I think that is so crucial. One of the greatest things that DeSantis ever did. Because now you as a parent have a right to choose where your kid goes to school, whether you can afford a private school or not.
And the other schools, like the private schools that are doing it, they're much more considerate with what the parents, what the parents want and be more communication and everything.
St. Michael's the most structured school I've ever seen in my life. I'm all about it. I hope all kids in the world could go through St. Michael. Listen, St. Michael is so structured that the parents will gang up on other parents if you mess around in the parent pickup line.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, that was rude.
They call each other out?
You just can't cut in front of people.
Really?
This is my first time here. I'm just picking up my knees. I'm sorry. Don't do it again. Now you know the rules. And if you honk in this parent pickup line, they send you back to the end.
You know what? That's good.
Right.
Don't stress
And
out.
I never forget. Now the principal currently is going through some cancer scares, and she's going through some chemo, and I think she's recovering actually as we speak. And I haven't seen her, but last year during the orientation, she was vicious, bro. She's like, honk in my line and see what happens. I'm just letting y'all know. Honk in my line and see what happens. It was like Debo
You'll be out of here.
finding you in the prison courtyard, telling you, I dare you to say something to me in the prison courtyard. Like, and I never, she honked.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, they don't mess around. And the kids the same way. Like, your kids got to have, well-groomed hair, belts, shirts tucked in.
They gotta be clean.
I like it. I'm all for it. I love it. I'm not one for uniforms in public schools. I'm all for them in private schools. And let me tell you now, I'll tell you why I'm all for them, because it levels the playing field for those that are, I'm at this private school because my parents are Buffy and my daddy is Richard.
Mm-hmm.
We're great people.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick me up later on in their Tesla truck.
And then
You can't tell those kids in public school. I guess the same would apply, but I like that freedom. I do like that freedom. I like my daughter wore uniforms in middle school. I thought it was stupid. I like the fact that she can wear whatever she wants to high school, because you know what? You're in high school. Mm-hmm. It's almost like college. You better buckle it up, because it ain't second chances don't happen. Eventually, you're going to age out, and they're going to send you on your way. Get your shit together if you're in high school.
I did like uniforms in elementary school because it was easy to see kids that were not.
As
in
a
school.
parent, I like uniforms because back to
get
school
back in
shopping
there.
cost me $85.
Yeah. Right. 6
Back
polos.
to school shop, right? Give me 6 polos, 6 pairs of shorts,
Right.
3 belts, and 2 expensive pairs of shoes that match the polos.
Give me 2 pants too for the cold days.
Right. Finn won't rock them.
No.
He'll rock them shorts when it's 14 below zero outside.
Really?
I barely get shoes on this kid. His mother was barefoot her whole childhood. She talked about it when he was a baby.
Yeah.
Because as a baby, he'd walk around barefoot. And she would say things like, as a child, I never wore shoes.
Yeah.
And she told me about the incident cutting her foot outside and all the things, never wearing shoes.
Yeah.
This dude wouldn't put a pair of shoes on. If he never had to, he'd walk barefoot for the rest of his life.
Really?
Now, he likes shoes, and he's cool with it.
Yeah.
But if, hey, we're leaving, I'm ready. Get some shoes on. Why?
Oh, he wants to go outside like
Are
that.
we getting out of the car?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, you're 6. We're getting out of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, put on the shoes.
I'm almost 7. Did you just tell me you're almost 7? Technically, getting close. Like, I've got a 6 going on 14. And I was talking about this with Sarah, and I know we're just getting into my personal life as we're sitting here. But he said that she's like, well, all his friends are 2 or 3 years older than him, so he's going to mature faster than his friends.
Yeah. He'll start seeing their things for their age group. And
Gold pocket watch given to captain who rescued the Titanic survivors sells for a record price $2 million.
Dang.
Also, the pet owner surrenders 1,000 mice after they were breeding so quickly he couldn't keep up.
Why would you breed mice? I mean, for snakes, I guess. I don't know.
For food. For food. It's for food, man. By the way, a 94-year-old woman worked 75 years in the same country reveals the tip for a long life. Here's her tips.
Mm-hmm.
Be adventurous. I agree. Something I didn't learn till later in life.
Yeah.
I spent 2 years in the Army in Alaska and never salmon fished. Crazy to think, right?
Yeah.
What was I doing? Be adventurous. Find passion in your life. Find your passion. I'm going to use that. That could be the name of my Stop Working for Corporate America and Find Your Passion seminar.
Find your passion.
Find your passion. Because when you find your passion, you will find your independent income. Find your passion. Number 3, eat everything in moderation.
Yeah.
This is my new thing, and I really deserve. I learned it. We went to Cracker Barrel, which, by the way, sucks now. And the homemade taste of Cracker Barrel has gone out the door. That story that came about the brand, the rebranding. The rebranding required them taking away home cooked shit and bringing in boiling the bag shit. And I know the difference, and it's disgusting, and I'll never go back.
Yeah.
Sarah can go. I'll go if we're traveling, but it won't be. You want to go to Cracker Barrel for dinner?
No.
No.
I
And
didn't
you know what's
know
crazy?
that.
It's my wife's favorite place, and I said, "Will you go back for dinner?" She's like, "Not here."
Really? Breakfast, all right.
Dinner I gave up a long time ago. And breakfast
Crazy.
is going
But
away.
we went there and we ate, and we both got like chicken fried chicken, and I like the gravy, and I'll eat the chicken. But there was so much stuff that was tasting weird, and I just ate enough to get full, and that's my new thing. When I'm full, I'm done. I made fresh rolls the other night with our dinner because we went out and bought that Texas Roadhouse cinnamon butter.
Oh, yeah.
And I made fresh rolls for it, right? And my rolls were fire, and I could have ate all 12 of the rolls that I made.
Yeah.
But I ate 2, and that was it, because moderation is key.
Look at you.
When you're full, stop.
So mature.
Eat for your fuel. Eat for fuel, not for fun. And when you're full, stop. Everything will change for you. Everything will change. The other thing she said, move your body. Get your ass up and do something. Move your body.
Yeah.
Take care of your face. This is something I've recently started doing as we're in front of Garamel Plastic Surgery. Do you wash your face every time you're in the shower?
Yes.
You know I never do.
Really?
I never do.
I don't either.
I wash it. I don't wash my face. Soap hits my face.
Yeah.
But I don't purposely wash. Most women wash their face.
I don't do that.
But
I don't.
I didn't. And
dries
then
out my
someone showed me a stat that changed the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
And your skin will age twice as fast if you don't wash it with a cleanser.
With a cleanser?
With a cleanser.
See, I need to do that.
So I now take extra special care. They got some good stuff inside that we use. She has a favorite line of moisturizers and cosmetics that she's 90% of her life and credits her products, plus good genes for not having few wrinkles. It's to take care of your face and love what you do. Love what you do.
That's important.
I do. I get up every morning to love what I do. I get up every morning to do what I do because I love this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use a little bit of what Rock said. I'm going to start. There's some things I've learned today on today's show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep this so I don't forget the name of my book.
There you go.
But The Rock is exactly right. You are lucky enough to have a job, so you're lucky enough to go do this. Now,
that's true.
At the same time,
you
should also be lucky enough to be compensated for your time, and your time matters. And The Rock ain't going to go do no free movies.
No.
So don't you be doing nothing at discount. Your time matters. I was telling this with Fausto the other day. I said, my time matters. He goes, what do you mean? I go, if you wanted me to come DJ an event for you, you're not getting it for less than $200 an hour. If you wanted me to be on a microphone at your event, you're not getting it for less than $100 an hour. I'm just telling you. I'm not coming for less than $100 an hour. Ever. Unless it's a charity that I believe in. Not that you're asking me to do.
Right.
It's got to be a charity that I'm good example is the Bobby Holloway. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for the Bobby Holloway.
Well, we love Ernestine.
Right.
So.
I love the Bobby Holloway. There's nothing I wouldn't do for the Bobby Holloway. That is my number one charity. It's the one I care about the most, and it's the one I think deserves the most. Tommy Bohannon would be number 2 behind that one. And they're very close to each other because I love them equally.
And they support each other.
Which
is great.
Because they're both real charities.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
They're both real charities.
And
I know a lot of people don't know the difference between a real charity and a fake charity. You can go online and research who gets paid in the charity. You can.
That's a good
How
thing.
much money is somebody collecting in that charity? Go look up Captains for Clean Water.
They just had a big gala the other day. It was
Right.
$350 a ticket.
$250 a ticket.
3.
Man, do you remember the last time that they did something for the community or for the water? Do you remember the last time you saw them do beach cleanup?
To be honest, no.
Fuck them. I'm never
I don't know.
donating to them. Tell them straight to their face. One of them knows me, comes to one of my events. I don't care.
Yeah.
I would tell them, what are you doing with the money?
Yeah.
Come explain to me what you're actually doing with the money, and then explain to me the salaries. Explain to me the boats. Explain to me the trucks. I need all that information explained to me. But they wouldn't sit down and do this show.
No.
Because no one's going to sit down and let that happen. And when you start asking a charity to open their books and they refuse to open their books, it's not a charity. I'll give a good example. The Racks and Reels fishing tournament used to be at a place called Fishtail Marina. But they asked to see how much money was going to the charity, and the company that did that tournament moved it.
Really?
I'm not calling anybody out in particular.
Wow.
Doesn't matter. Rax has been destroyed thanks to Mitch Williamson. Thank you, Mitch.
Dang.
I wanted to start this tournament because I wanted to do it because it's a good tournament. But he just brought back the Chicks with Sticks. And he brought it back, and now they're going to do it again where it would normally be for Racks and Reels, and I'm all about it. Now, Racks and Reels is gone, and just another thing that the Beasleys can't make up without me, and that's the truth, and they don't realize that. Good. F them. I'm never going back. They don't got the money no more. Like I just told you, my time is my money.
Right.
I was explaining this to one of my friends who still works in radio. I said, do you know what it would cost for me to come back and sit down in that chair for 8 hours a day? And they were like, what? I said $212,000. There's not a radio station in town paying me $212,000. Nobody is.
Especially when there's.
But that's what it cost. If you want me to sit at your studio, if you see me ever sitting in a terrestrial radio studio again, they just paid me $250,000,
You're
dog.
Like, dang, he got paid.
He got paid.
He got paid.
He got paid. It's the only way I would do it. Only way.
You're like, I'm not saying I'm a sellout.
Well, let me take that back. The other way I would do it is if I get to do it 100% on my own terms and you just take what I give you.
Yeah.
And then we might be able to work down maybe 150.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm not working for you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Good luck with that one.
So, right, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take our second hour break. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. More Big Mama Radio and the final hour of this Tuesday show coming up next. Hold on.
Grinchy, Grinch. Ho, ho, ho. Get ready for a holiday event like no other. It's Grinch Fest. It's go time. Join us on December 14th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at John Michael Diamond and Jewelry Studio for a celebration that'll warm even the Grinch's heart. Oh, really? Come cozy in your PJs for your Christmas pajama party. Bring the whole family to meet the Grinch and snap a 360-degree video with him, thanks to SJC Technology. But don't worry, Santa will be there too in the Grinch Free Zone. Brought to you by John Michael's Diamond and Jewelry. We've got free buttery popcorn, sweet cotton candy, icy snow cones, all thanks to our generous sponsors. Show off your moves in a hula hoop contest. Bounce around in the Christmas Bounce House and enjoy festive tunes by Big Mama Radio at Big Events, Florida. And don't miss our Grinch Lounge for arts and crafts, fun games, huge raffles, and tasty treats from local food trucks. Let's show the Grinch just how magical Christmas can be. That's Grinch Fest, December 14th, 11 to 2. Merry Christmas, everyone. John Michael Diamond and Jewelry Studio, 1331 Cape Coral Parkway.
Happy holidays.
Get ready for a family fun day packed with holiday cheer.
Is your yard looking cluttered with dead branches, overgrown limbs, or trees growing too close for comfort? At Joshua Tree, Inc., our team is here to handle all your tree care needs. Whether it's shaping, removal, or improving the health and safety of your landscape, we provide free consultations and estimates to find the perfect solution for you. When you are ready to revitalize your landscape, trust Joshua Tree for top-notch, reliable tree care services. Call 239-888-6817 or visit myjoshuatree.com. Let's make your trees and your landscape look their best. We're here to help.
Broadcasting live inside the W.B. Williamson Brothers Studios.
Hi, everybody. This is Karol G.
I'm Lil Baby.
Hey, this is Beyonce.